I graduated at UC Davis in human development and child development, and I knew I wanted to work with kids, but thought I wanted to do social work. I had been working a lot in supervising child care centers and doing things with really small children, and I love little guys. So it just sort of lent itself naturally as my kids went to school to work with the youngest of the kids that I could. I just put a lot of time and effort into it. My contribution, I guess, would be my time and my dedication. I just spend a lot of time thinking about them, preparing for them, and working on them as a whole, not just their reading and writing and math ability, which is super important. I want to have a rigorous classroom, but more than that, I want them to, I want children who love to come to school, and I want to be that first step so that they remember kindergarten in a positive way and they have a good foundation for what's to come. I feel like I've had an enormous amount of training, and while sometimes we don't love it, I feel like when I can look back on it now after many years, all of it shapes me, you know, back from what I studied in college to now. It all shapes me as a teacher, as a human, so I benefit from the training that you get in public education, really trying to be current and find the best way to teach. One of the funniest stories that I still have was in my first few years of teaching, and I had this boy who was really a tricky little dude, and but had a huge personality. He knew he was going to be really smart, but was too smart for his own good, and he just could not remember how to spell his name, and he kept needing to write that on the paper. And I found him at a table one day, and I said, you know, Jamie, you need to write your name on your paper. And he said, and I said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm meditating. And I said, you're meditating, why? And he said, I'm finding the letters in my name. And I just went home and thought that was the funniest thing. Like, how do you even speak to that? He was gonna sit for 10 minutes meditating on the letters that might be in his name. Wow, to know what happened to that little guy, super funny. Well, I'd have to say I thank my mom most of all, because when I went into teaching, it was a tricky time and I was newly a single mom, and my mom just picked up all the slack. She made sure that I could go back to school for my credential so that I could start a new chapter of taking care of being with children, but in a slightly different way. And then, you know, my husband, because he's awesome and not minding the long hours that I have. Literally, when people think you go home early, I don't. And I bring home a big stack of papers and things to prep every night, and he's helping me prep stuff, so I'm thankful for him as well.